Donna knows what drug use can do. Her husband, addicted to cannabis for years, quit during lockdown, but he spiralled into poor mental health and ended up taking street Valium.
If you want to see what drugs have done to people, look at my family.
She believes pandemic restrictions meant the face-to-face support he needed wasn't there. In July, he took his own life.
And you're trying to get people help, and help's the only way for them. It's a horrible situation.
This Glasgow minister tells of the toll drug use and the pandemic has had on his community.
I'm not seeing people want to come off drugs. I'm actually seeing people who've been off them for years come back onto them. And that's quite frightening.
And he's concerned one public health emergency has taken the focus off another. Do you think that drug deaths have almost been forgotten about in the past few months because of the pandemic?
Absolutely. I've spoken to some contacts in Police Scotland who've told me that they have at least one drug death a day since the beginning of lockdown.
Police Scotland won't confirm those numbers, saying it would undermine the work of organisations tackling drug-related deaths. There were almost 1,200 of them in 2018 across Scotland, many here in Glasgow. That was the worst rate in Europe. And 2 years on from those figures, it's widely expected the pandemic will push the number even higher. Some are trying to intervene.
Inside we've got clean injecting equipment.
Peter set up a van where people can inject under supervision to stop overdoses. He says it's an essential service, but he's been warned it defies UK drug laws. You could, in theory, be arrested for this.
Well, I could, but I don't believe that I'm breaking any laws. This doesn't encourage drug use. It actually engages people into a healthier lifestyle. Another place trying to do that, this rehab centre in South Lanarkshire.
So we had to cease admissions for a period of time, but since reopening there's been an increase in demand for admissions.
Including James, who'd been smoking crack cocaine during lockdown. We've changed his name and voice.
Everything was shut, so the drug use got worse. It was like organised chaos. At the same time, COVID kicked in, so all the transit stopped bringing the drugs into the country. So there was a major dry up. So the price nearly doubled, like 36 grand a kilo of cocaine to 56.
As he leaves rehab today, James is aware most people with a serious addiction only have one thing on their mind.
When you're in that place, you don't have that much value for your life because you're abusing yourself anyway, so you're not interested in COVID.
The Scottish Government says its drug death task force has continued to meet during the pandemic, helping to mitigate harm caused by the virus. This COVID crisis has contributed to another, those who were isolated before, even more so now. Alan Jenkins, 5 News.
Well, a Home Office spokesperson told 5 News their aim is to prevent drug use, support people through treatment and recovery and tackle the supply of illegal drugs, adding, "We have no plans to introduce drug consumption rooms and anyone running them would be committing a range of offences, including possession of a controlled drug and being concerned in the supply of a controlled drug."